Last topic for tonight, turning down a gig. Would you do it? And if so, or if you have, let's talk about those. Arturo, I want to start with you on this one. I'm going to give you the first shot at it. Would you turn down a gig for any reason or for a specific reason? And if you have, what type of an event was it that you just said, no, ain't going to do it?
Okay, it was a wedding. I live in Palmdale, so I got to go down the hill. That's like 40 minutes. I got to factor in the labor, the vehicle. My vehicle is a HHR. I try to keep it light, so if I can't carry truss or any, big speakers or stuff that I need, I'm going to have to turn it down. I don't want to go over there to a wedding looking ridiculous, small, the lights and stuff. I just got to turn it down, Sure. I want the customer to get, a good DJ at what they're looking for, what they're paid for, and, I turn them down. So.
Very cool. Very good. I wish more DJs would have that level of maturity is really the best way to describe it. That, hey, I can't do everything for everyone like that. Very nice. James, turning down a gig, would you? And if you have, what did you?
Usually it's usually a barrier, physical barrier, like a lot of stairs or just, some crazy setup that just, it's more hassle than it's worth. And there's been some gigs that I have taken that I wish I had turned down, and I'm sure I'm not alone about that. And, what are you going to do? You do the best and you work through it, and you try to service your client as best as you can. And you can't always fill every want and desire, so find somebody that can.
Yeah. Mitch.
Yeah.
Would you turn, and have you? And if so?
My name is Mitch Pig Taylor. What are you talking about?
Nice.
I never met a paying gig I didn't like, man.
That's right.
Show me the money.
If you show me the money, I show you the honey. No. I definitely have turned down events before. And in fact, I have fired a client before, one that had already booked me. And yeah, it's a true story. And not necessarily proud of it, but it's reality and something that happened. And I keep it real. Yes, I absolutely want to have a red velvet rope policy with my clients. And I want to choose the people that I get to work with, not work for. That's a huge shift in mindset, I think, working with your clients versus working for your clients. And yes, when you first start out, you're pretty much taking every event. I get that. But at some point, you're going to have to choose. The reality is that if I'm giving up my weekend, my Saturday away from my family, I want to be able to know that I'm geek going into that event and working with that client and not be like James said, I've worked people that at the end, I'm like, I shouldn't have taken that one.
For sure.
So.
For sure. Dave, could you, in a boat with a goat?
Let's see, you had me up until the goat.
I thought you were Canadian. Oh.
Hey?
Turning down a gig. Dave, would you do it? And if so, have you done?
There are very few gigs out there that I hate that term gig, pardon me. There are very few events out there that if I take them on, they're going to be worth my while. And, when it comes to physical limitations, I would maybe suggest, look, if they're willing to pay for everything that it's going to take for me to make that event comfortable, then I'll take it if I'm buying out the uncomfort nature of it, I suppose. I did turn down my first wedding, though, ever, just a year or so ago, maybe. Long story short, met with the couple, but I should say only she was there. He showed up about an hour late, was completely disinterested, and just a real turnoff. And so I rapidly closed things up without really offering them my services. Believe it or not, the following weekend, he was a guest at an event that I was a part of, and he was just an absolute, I can't say it on live TV, but just a real displeasure to me that evening.
Right.
And he went slightly out of his way to make it so. And I said to myself, I'll bet what's going on is she really wants me, and he does not want to put forth the effort that I will require of the both of them if I'm to work with them.
Very sure, very true.
And so I never heard anything. And then about 2 months later, I got an email from her saying, Dave, I hope you're still available for my date. Yes, I finally talked him into it. We're going to hire you.
Oh.
And my reply was, all the best. Here are a few other people you can call. I am not available for your date.
Yep.
Smart decision.
Well handled.
That was it. So that's the first and only time I've done it, honestly. Have there been some clients that I've wished I didn't work with? Once or twice, yes. And as Mitch said, I've put in some procedures and some things now that
help you catch
avoid
that.
those types of clients.
In my experience, or my situation, I have had numerous, especially as I have matured in this industry over the last 10 years. There's numerous times where I'm at a meeting with a couple and we're talking and they've seen my show and they love what I do and they want me to do da-da-da-da-da. And I find out through the course of the discussion that some of the things that are important to them, like seeing how many kegs of beer that they can drink as a wedding party, don't fit what I want to help be part of. It's not where I'm at. I mean, 20 years ago, that was probably a wedding that I would have had a great time, not that I was drinking or anything, but just to go out there and to be able to perform for a crowd that you can play anything and they're going to think you're God. Those days are over. I'm not interested in that anymore. So I bet it happens at least 8 to 10 times a year. I go to meetings and I come back and Lori's like, well, how did the meeting go? It's like, it's not a good fit, even though they're like, and how much in contracts and can we give you the retainer today? And it's like, I don't think we're going to, it's going to work out that we're going to be a fit and that I can give you what you guys need for the night. Uncomfortable meetings is right, Dave. Very uncomfortable. Any last thoughts? We have gone through 10 topics. Go ahead.
The one wedding that I really, really enjoyed, but almost came to a very quick halt, was within inches of dumping a beer into my controller, my brand new Newmart NV controller. Great couple. One of the groomsmen was just sloshing around with the beer, and I literally physically snatched it out of his hand because I saw it. It was just hovering right over my controller. I just grabbed it. And why'd you take my beer? I'm like, so you can drink it over here. Enjoy. Have a good day.
Somewhere else, somewhere safe. So
and by then my assistant came over and kind of redirected him. He was off to the little boys' room, and brand new controller. It would have hit.
I think I might have cried. I think I might have cried if something like that happened. It's like, oh no, I just paid a gazillion dollars for it. Well, gang, let's wrap things up. We've got about a minute left. Thanks, gentlemen, for joining us tonight. This was kind of a fun little exercise, zipping through a lot of topics. Thank you for those of you out there watching. Chat room was great. You guys had some great thoughts and sharing and asking questions and things. We just appreciate you being part of tonight's show, and hopefully we gave you guys some thoughts and good information here on a cold Saturday night in February.
Yeah, right.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John Young with the Disc Jockey News. Everyone just got to give your name and where you're from quick, and then that'll wrap us up. Go, Mitch.
Mitch Taylor, my mom.
Nice. Or he's from Michigan. Jim, go. Where are you from?
Who, me?
Yes, you.
Oh, okay. Jimmy DePalma, originally Central New York. I've lived in North Carolina for the last 20 years now.
Arturo.
I'm from Palmdale, California. A big fan of ADJ.
Nice. Dave.
Nice plug.
Dave Tournier, Special Request Weddings here in Manitoba, Canada.
Anthony.
Anthony Cahill, Nova Scotia.
So we were like a third Canadian tonight. Wow. That's pretty scary. 15 seconds left. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. Once again, we do regular programming Monday, Tuesday nights. We'll catch you then. This is John Young with the Disc Jockey News and Disc Jockey News TV. Good night.